Welcome back to our Let's Play Crystal Isles series. Today will be another offline episode with just Mike because my mission for today was to build an epic taming raft, which I like to do offline just so I can skip the boring parts where I'm just gathering and crafting stuff. But the first step was to build the longest ladder ever, getting down to the pirate cove on the back side of our mountain. And apparently I can't even climb a ladder without getting attacked by something in Ark. But the good news is I was attacked by a Seagull, which is the next really important tame on my list. So, as I often do, I got totally sidetracked and went on a quest to tame a seagull in this episode. And you guys will get to see me fail quite a bit during this episode because seagulls are crazy hard to tame and not kill. But we will explore this beautiful beach and find a Tek-Parasaur and see if we can tame that too, because what's cooler than a robot dinosaur, right? Now, this is a Let's Play episode, but I'm going to teach you how to use a seagull to get prime meat from Dodos and Lystrosaurs. So this should be a very helpful tutorial as well. So even though it wasn't my original mission for today, this should actually be a really fun episode, and if you enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, so it'll tell you next time my wife and I are live streaming and you can chat with us, help us make decisions on this Crystal Isles adventure together. So let's get started. Alright, so my plan for today is to head down to the beach and we will see if we can build a full taming raft in this episode. So we're basically going to make a really long ladder to get down to the beach on this side. And hey, check it out, free chicken. It'd be so nice if you just walk outside your backyard and you've got this delicious chicken you can just kill and eat, right? I mean, I guess that's technically how it works on a farm, but they probably don't normally do that just when they see a chicken outside, you know? Wow, level 35 already. This is crazy. So we have been crafting up a storm to make all of the materials for this raft, and I think I've got just about everything we need for the raft now. But if you guys saw the last episode, we were gathering tons of materials, like thousands of wood, thatch, and fiber, using our beaver. Oh gosh, I'm stuck in a trench. Help. Okay, there we go. Using our beaver, our moss chops, and triceratops, which we tamed in some of the previous episodes, and that saved us hours worth of time if we were gathering by hand. And oh my goodness, okay, we've got a seagull up here on the plateau. This is actually really great because that is one of the next dinos on my list to tame, and seagulls can be kind of rare, so I really like to grab one if I can. Now, the really hard thing about taming a seagull is you usually kill them. Oh wow, level 74. Well, let's give it a shot, you guys. I mean, that's high enough level. I may not be able to knock it out with one bola, but it is definitely worth a try, and I have a couple of trank arrows here. I'm going to use my regular bow, even though I have a crossbow, because seagulls have such low HP, usually if you hit them with the crossbow, you'll instantly kill them before they actually get knocked out. But with a regular bow, the arrows do a lot less damage. Oh, okay, I gotta sneak up on this guy so he doesn't see me. And I'm gonna try to hit him with a bola. It's actually really lucky to get one. Yes, okay, cool. Now I've gotta knock him out really fast. So I'm gonna club this guy, and let's hope he doesn't die from this. Most of the time, probably like 60% of the time I knock out and tame seagulls, they just die in the process. So, okay. I'm going to hit him with a couple of trank arrows because he's probably just about to get up, and we're going to keep knocking him with a bola while those are taking effect. Oh man, he's getting real bloody. He might die any second. Ooh, okay, he got out. That's not good. Oh man, I can't hit him with the bola again for 10 more seconds, and he's just about dead. So we're going to see... Nope. Oh, what a bummer. Okay. Well, I figured that would probably happen because it usually does. It is really hard to tame a seagull without tranquilizer darts. Now, if you want to tame a seagull, it's a really good idea to bring trank darts, but they are a much higher level before you can actually use those. So, at my level, it's usually a much better bet to try to hit it with trank arrows and a bow. But we'll try again if we find any more seagulls. They're, you don't see too many of them usually, but the next thing I want to do is build a ladder going all the way down to the shore here. And the reason I chose this specific spot is because it's really quick and easy to access from my base. But that little spot down there actually has a perfect little pirate cove where we can build a raft fort and nothing will attack it. I've never seen anything even as dangerous as a Dilo down there. And it's got a very low, shallow basin. So it's just a couple of feet deep for a very far ways out. And that way it's going to be totally immune to whale attacks. So it's one of the few places we can safely park it near this mountain, and there won't be anything that can hit it from those whales that spawn all over in these oceans. The whales are terrible on this map, so that's probably the only safe place I feel safe parking a raft. So I'm putting this foundation down, and we're going to put two ceilings going out from here, so that should do it right about there. And that should get us far enough out that we won't be clipping into the terrain as we go down. Yep, perfect. So to build a ladder, you need a straight shot with nothing in the way all the way to the ground. And wow, we got another seagull, and what is that? Are you guys seeing this? That turtle has like tentacles sticking out of it. Turtles are only supposed to have one tail. What's going on here? Okay, it's got claws sticking out that side. Pretty sure that's a parasaur. Wow, that is so disturbing, you guys. I'm gonna have nightmares about this. So, let me know in the comments what you think happened here. Yeah. So, realistically, I'm pretty sure the game just spawned... Oh, thanks, Parasaur. That's exactly what I needed. Actually, I'll grab it for the garden later. I'm not just a weirdo, by the way. This is fertilizer for our garden, and we're going to need it if we're going to have any hope of taming that unicorn that we want to tame. Alright, so I'm going to take half of the ladders because all the ladders is so heavy I can't even walk. I actually felt like that today when I was painting the house and I was carrying this huge ladder around. So, yeah, with that turtle, I'm pretty sure the game spawned a turtle and a parasaur at the same time in the same spot on the edge of a cliff. Don't really understand that, but, there's still a couple little glitches to work out with the Crystal Isles map. It's still a new map. There's a few little things that are weird. But what I'm doing here is I'm climbing down the ladder, and every time I see the snap point jump down further, I'm snapping a new ladder down, and then I can actually climb on that ladder. So by doing this, you can climb from the top all the way to the bottom of pretty much any distance you want. Now, I think I'm going to need about 30 ladders to get up and down this cliff. But as you can see, we've already made some crazy progress going back up here. I would hate to fall off of this, although there's a spot a little further off this rock where we could actually jump into the water from the top. I might have to try that later. So we'll grab the other 15 wooden ladders that we crafted. Now, thankfully, wooden ladders don't take a lot of materials, but we just have so much materials right now because I gathered for probably like 30 minutes. But using the crazy fast gathering techniques that I showed you guys in the last episode, we were able to get probably 10,000 wood, maybe a lot more. Oh, I hate when that happens. So I accidentally put the ladder on top of another ladder instead of just below it, so it just broke instead. Also, you've got to make sure you get that other ladder down, because if you forget to snap it down, you just climb on the middle of the air, which you thought was the green ladder, and then you just fall to your death. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong when you're building a ladder like this. But I think we are just about to the ground, and ow! Oh gosh, okay. Well, bad news, a seagull just stole our spoiled meat. Good news is there's a seagull we can try to tame a second time, so let's give that a shot. By the way, you pretty much have to hit them with a bola if you have any chance of taming a seagull. You can shoot them with trank arrows, but they're going to fly away when they get low on torpidity. They'll go out, oh no, my club broke. Okay, can we pull this off? Oh, it was only a level 11. That would have been a good one, but Honestly, you just get lucky or unlucky, and some of them have a little bit more HP stats, and that will be the ones that don't die from that. So, yeah, I guess we better grab some stuff to make another club. And it looks like there was another seagull over there, so we might try to tame that one too. And I was going to immediately start building a raft in this episode, but I think, seeing how many seagulls we have out here, I think I'm going to try to tame one because seagulls are actually amazingly helpful. Now, if you can pull off taming a seagull, it will give you... Oh, that's a big blue shark. He's cool looking, but he is right in my face. I think I'm going to back off just a little bit. So I'm looking for fish because seagulls will only eat fish, and I really don't see any around here, so that'll be really helpful if I can grab some fish. But we do have another seagull over here, and looks like he's landing. Yeah, okay. So now we know what happened to all the fish. So seagulls in the wild will just fly around, and they will eat all of the fish until there's no more left. And then when there's no fish at all, the seagulls will actually land and walk around on the land. And they're way easier to tame if they're on land, because it's an easy shot with a bola. You don't have to deal with them swooping around, and they're really hard to hit in the air. But that also means there's no fish around to feed them, and they have eaten everything out here. Wow. So hopefully we'll get some fish coming back eventually, but I think I'm going to leave that seagull alone, and we'll try to knock out some lower level ones. So that high level one we tried to take out was just a little too hard to knock out. All right, and now we are starving. Good stuff. So, let's see here. I'm going to make a spear so I can actually spear the fish, and that will actually be very helpful because we... Oh, wait. I forgot I had a crossbow. Oh, yeah, forget that. So crossbows can actually fire underwater, and they are by far the best way for hunting fish. So we'll just make a bunch of arrows instead. Now, if you don't have a crossbow, you've got to use a spear for hunting fish, and you can technically use a fishing pole. That's a very complicated process, and I actually did a guide on that for the Valentine's Day event, believe it or not, because I'd never done anything on how to fish, because I've only used a crossbow for the most part. And then once I tame a seagull, I use a seagull, because seagulls are amazing at getting fish. Wow, okay, so I finally see a couple fish, but they are so far out there, and there's plenty of sharks that will come and kill me if I go out that far. So we'll keep walking down the beach and see if we can find some fish. And once we get some fish, we'll try to actually tame a seagull. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything over there. Okay. By the way, if you didn't know this, these little plants that have little blue flowers on top, they actually glow in the dark, and it looks so cool at night. Most of the time I kind of hate nighttime, but Crystal Isles just looks awesome at night. Oh, what do we have here? Let's see. Another seagull on the ground. 52. Nope, wrong. Alright, we've got a couple more over here. So, it turns out, usually in most maps, you don't see that many seagulls, but this beach is infested with seagulls, and it's way too many seagulls, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, that one might be worth a shot. We'll keep going down the beach a little bit and see if we can find some fish first, because once we KO one, we're going to have to feed it some fish pretty quickly. So yeah, more of these cool little glowing plants. I really like those. I'm going to try to grab some berries from those because we will also need some narco berries. When I came down to this beach, I was not planning on doing a tame. I was just going to try to build a raft, so I didn't bring any taming supplies. But now that I see how many seagulls there are, I definitely want to change the mission and see if we can tame one. Wow, okay, I see a couple fish out there. They're pretty far off the coast, but oh, and we have a Tek-Parasaur. This is cool. Alright, alright. Let's see what level this is, and what gender, most importantly. Let's see. Okay, this is a pretty low level. That should be a really easy tame, and we've already got bolas. Yeah! Alright, let's do this. So we're going to club this guy, and wow, it is cool looking. So this is a female Tek-Parasaur. Now, Tek-Parasaurs are the same as a Parasaur, but they have 10% better stats. And there's only about a 1 in 20 chance that anytime a Parasaur spawns, it will be a Tek-Parasaur. So it's a really rare thing, and hopefully we can finish knocking this thing out before it runs away. But if we can, Tek-Parasaurs are actually really cool, because, yeah, there we go. Alright, we'll drop some Medjo berries. We don't have any Medjo berries. Okay, we'll find some Medjo berries, and then we'll put them in its inventory. So if you don't know this, taming a Parasaur is pretty much impossible unless you've got a bola, but once you hit it with a bola, it's super easy to knock out because it can't move. Bolas are like one of my favorite weapons. Like if I've got bolas and a crossbow, I'm pretty much good to tame and kill just about anything. So there we go. We've got that Tek-Parasaur taming up, which will actually be really nice. So the reason... Oh, in there we've got some fish. Yeah, this is a good beach after all. Okay, let's see if we can shoot this thing. The arrows travel down a lot faster in the water, so you've got to aim a little bit higher usually if you're further off. All right, got our first fish kill, and this one looks like a really big one. So the bigger the fish, the more meat you get. Yeah, that was a pretty good haul. All right, I'm going to stand up for a second because my oxygen's just about out. And a lot of people don't think about this when you're underwater, but you've got to really watch your stamina when you're swimming, because just like in real life, if you run out of stamina, you cannot swim. And I'm actually going to go back and recharge to full, because that's a pretty good distance out there. So if your stamina runs out, you can't swim up, and you kind of have to drag along the bottom while you're slowly drowning, and that can get bad really fast. So definitely highly recommend recharging your stamina all the way before you go swimming. And let's see, this thing is already taming up quite nicely. If this was a higher level, I probably wouldn't be bothering taming it. But here's the thing about Tek-Parasaurs. If you can get a male and a female Tek-Parasaur, they won't breed with regular parasaurs, but you can keep breeding baby Tek-Parasaurs. And it's kind of terrible, but if you kill the Tek-Parasaurs, they will drop oil and electronics, which are really hard to get, especially early in the game. So if we can start a breeding program for Tek-Parasaurs, if we can find a male later on, then we'll actually have a really nice little farm for all of the electronics that we could possibly need. And there's a lot of other good stuff you can get. You can get some polymer from them, and you can actually get element dust too. So it's a lot of really nice supplies, and you can get them really easily just by breeding Tek-Parasaurs. So that should be enough fish meat to actually tame a seagull. And I think while this Tek-Parasaur is taming up, we're going to head back down the beach towards our little ladder and see if we can tame one of those other seagulls we saw flying around. Because I think I saw like a level 11 back there, and that's another one we could definitely try for. So part of what's so bad about taming seagulls is it's so easy to kill them because of their low HP, but usually it takes a long time to find another one because they're not super common on most maps. So it's really tragic when you kill one accidentally. And like for me, I usually go for pretty high melee damage stats on my character, which means if I'm using a club, I'll often accidentally kill them. Now with this particular time, I've kept my melee stats relatively low for a while, actually partly for this very reason, because I want to still be able to club things and do a lot of torpidity damage, but not a lot of health damage. And I should be able to pull it off with a low-level seagull if we get lucky, if I club it just enough to knock it out, but not quite enough to kill it. Now, usually when you KO a seagull, the next swing will be just enough to actually kill it. So once you see it get pretty bloody, you've got to slow down your swings. Oh, and what is this one? Alright, level 52, a little on the high side, but if we run out of other seagulls, we'll come back and try to tame this one, because seagulls are definitely amazing. So let me tell you a little bit about why I'm so excited about getting a seagull, because I always have good reasons for the dinos that I tame, unless I just see a cool looking color one and I just really want that. That happens sometimes too, or if my viewers dare me to do it. But, if you can actually pull off taming a seagull, oh, here we go. All right, let's KO this and then I'll tell you why. Okay, hold still. Oh gosh, I thought it was taking off. Yeah, all right. So we got it with Ebola. We're going to start clubbing this thing. And we're watching its body as it's getting a little bit more bloody. And you'll see these marks on it show up. It gets more blood spots. And the more that it gets, the closer it is to dying. So now that it's really bloody, I'm really slowly hitting it just one time. And there we go. All right. So we now have an unconscious seagull. Now that's only half the battle because they wake up pretty fast. So I'm going to need to grab some narco berries pretty quickly, and we'll be right back after I've gotten a bunch of narco berries, and we'll keep taming this thing. So we've been slowly taming up that seagull a little bit, and I ran right back to our parasaur, and this thing is actually just about done taming too. But I saw something swimming around down here that I was real interested in, and I made some more arrows, and let's see if I can find it here. By the way, these spots are really cool. Oh, there it is. Check it out. It is a manta ray, and it's blue, so it's a BlueRay. Yeah. So come on over here, BlueRay. Let's see what we can do. Now, I like to try to get the rays to chase me into the shallows because they have a nasty habit of getting a little bit too shallow and actually coming out of the water and dying. So sometimes if you can taunt a ray up into the shallow water, it'll just come out and kill itself for you, which is way easier. But looks like he just kind of got stuck there, and there we go. So that was a pretty darn good kill, and we should get a lot of meat from this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. That should be more than enough meat to tame up that whole seagull, so that was totally worth it. All right. Now, rays can tear you up pretty fast, so if you are going to encounter a ray and start attacking it, make sure you can get out of the water completely really fast. All right, 94% tamed. And we also gathered a bunch more mejo berries, so that parasaur should be 100% any minute. Once again, you know, it's for the most part the same as a regular parasaur, but if we can get a male Tek-Parasaur and we get really lucky, it'll be totally worth it. So we'll just see what plays out, but if nothing else, he'll be slightly helpful to have on this beach because we can ride it. Alright, let's see if we can just kill this guy for some free meat. Oh, we tamed it up. What are you doing, Lystrosaur? Are you gonna fight me, or are you just judging me? I think he's just trying to kill me by judging me. That's it. He's just like, how dare you, sir? Alright, we have a Tek-Parasaur, which is, you know, not incredibly hard to do, but they are very rare, and this one is an especially cool looking one. Like, I love the sky blue and silver design. So let me know in the comments what you guys would like to name this parasaur. It's a female. I was originally thinking the name Sora would be cool, Japanese word for sky, but that's usually a guy's name, so I don't think we might go with that. So let me know in the comments of some ideas that you guys have, and we'll pick out our favorite one and name it that. Oh gosh, this thing almost woke up. Yeah, seagulls wake up pretty fast, so we better get this guy a bunch more tranks. Okay, we just got back down the ladder and we brought our parasaur saddle with us so we can actually ride this guy on the beach, which is going to be way better because it's a lot faster. We've been putting all of our points into speed on this one. So hopefully that the seagull is still unconscious because we just grabbed all the components we needed for the raft and brought him down. Oh no, no. That's not good. Is that the same one? I think it was right over here. Please tell me our seagull is still unconscious down here. That one looked a little bit lighter than the one we were taming, so hopefully ours is still here. I wasn't gone for that long. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was right next to this rock. It was a level 11 female. It was black. That one looks pretty gray, but let's just pull out our spyglass here. Level 11 female. It seems way lighter right now, but we're just going to see if we can knock this thing out again. That's really disappointing. So we were probably like 30% tamed. And I'm so surprised that it got up because it had full torpidity and we were not gone very long at all. Okay, we're going to hit it real slowly here. Okay, well, it is back unconscious again, and yeah. All right, well, we'll try this again starting over from zero, but the good news is we're going to be down here for a while building this raft, and let's get this one out of the way before it causes any trouble like that. Hey, Parasaur, what do you even think you're going to do with that? I mean, come on, let me show you how a pro does it. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that actually worked. Okay, that was actually way cooler than I expected to be. Man, he looks cool floating in the water like that, though. It's a shame to have to kill him. Well, we'll get back to building the raft, and we'll stay close to it this time to make sure it doesn't actually wake up in the process again, and we should actually pull off the tame this time. And we're back. So we have been building a raft for a long time. Like we've built almost the entire taming raft in the time that the Seagull has been taming up. They are tough to tame. And we've kept having to run back over to check on him and re-up his narcotics to make sure he stays unconscious. And it's been quite a process, but we build a little bit of the raft and then we jump over, check on the Seagull, and build a little bit more. And as you can see here, spoiler alert, we have a pretty nice little taming raft going. It's mostly complete at this point. And if you guys watch the next episode, I'm going to show you guys how to build this taming raft step by step so you can build your own if you want to. It's a really effective little raft for taming stuff, and it's actually very simple and pretty cost effective too. So, oh no, is he awake? Is he? Oh, yeah. Okay, we finally tamed this thing. For a second there, I thought it was standing up because it was actually awake and it had, was going to have to start the tame over again. Whew, okay, well, we got ourselves a Seagull, and that is awesome. So now let me show you why I am so excited about finally pulling off this Seagull tame, because as much trouble as that was, and as annoying as that was, it is going to be well worth it, because every tame from now on that we do on a carnivore is going to take like half as much time, and I'll show you why. So the Seagull has a little known secret ability, which actually most people I've talked to have not known about this until I showed it to them. But if a Seagull attacks a fish, it gives it a buff which will make it drop raw prime fish meat. Doesn't happen every time, but a lot of times it will happen. It's also amazing for taming passive fish tames like otters and Hesperornis too. So I set his option to hunt and retrieve. Are you trying to splash me here? Is that a thing now? Okay. Weird, but whatever. So I set him to hunt and retrieve, and I just told him to follow all. And I tell you what, all of my tames are just acting weird these days. So I have this super slow beaver, a triceratops that only barely walks, and now I've got this Seagull that just splashes me all the time. Okay, so I am using my spyglass to target a coelacanth way out there. I've got my Seagull on follow right now, and I'm going to be able to use whistle commands to tell him to attack my target. And even if it's pretty far away, he should stop splashing me. Oh my gosh. Oh, why is everybody weird? So even if it's pretty far away, he should still be able to target a fish. Here we go. That should be a good target. So I am tapping the whistle attack command really fast, and it's really finicky. You just have to keep tapping it until it eventually targets that fish. But oh, there we go. Okay, I think we got it. There we go. Okay. So once we finally actually get that attack target command to work, he dive bombs the fish and kills it. Sometimes it takes him a minute, but he picks it up and carries it. And as you can see, it's now glowing yellow, and it has this nice little glow around it. So now I'm going to pick my bird back up, and when I attack this fish, which would normally just drop a couple of raw fish meat, I just got 3 raw prime fish meat. That means anything that eats fish that I try to tame even another seagull will be super fast to tame using that prime meat. It's also great food. I can cook one of those and be completely full, so it's a good food for me too. And if I can find a Lystrosaur around here, I gotta just see what this is. Okay, I think that's a green Dilophosaur. Just had to check that out and make sure it wasn't a raptor. I don't think you get raptors up on this beach, but you always want to make sure. When in doubt, always keep an eye on your raptors, because that's how they get you. Alright, there's got to be a Lystrosaur around here. I only killed one of them. I know I left... Oh, there we go. Okay, great. So, I'm going to do the same thing where I toss him off my shoulder, and he's going to sit and do nothing. Okay. Tell them to follow me. There we go. They have to be in the air when you do this. And we're just mashing the attack target button over and over again, and eventually it should actually work. Once again, super finicky. It's really hard to get it to actually work, but there we go. Got the big red arrow. So on PC, it's the period button that I'm smashing to get it to do that. And on most of the consoles, if you hold down the top left bumper and up on the plus pad, or down sometimes, that'll do that. And he is really struggling to kill this thing. It must be a high level or something. Oh yeah, just drop it and give up. Right. Are all my tames going to be defective on this series? I mean, this is kind of crazy. There we go. Okay, try again, buddy. You can do it. He just needs a little motivation, and I need to make sure I don't accidentally whistle. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, buddy. Everybody please cheer him on. All right, get back up there. Well, that's the problem. He was doing like 1 damage for some of those attacks. I think I'm going to have to boost his melee damage and his stats a little bit. All right, come on. You can do this. I promise it'll be worth it. All right, come on. There we go. I had to be real careful to not accidentally attack that giant red Brontosaurus with my Seagull, because that would be a very tragic end to this already difficult tame. Okay, come on. He's got to die sometime. Lystrosaurs are not that tough. This is like Hercules Lystrosaur. And watch out. There we go. Okay, level 77. That would explain it. Alright, so now the Lystro is finally dead and he's glowing yellow. And we will be able to harvest raw prime meat from this guy. Here we go. Alright, cool. Check it out. 3 raw prime meat. Does not get much better than that, but it should actually get a little bit better, because now that we have that Mosschops back at the base who specializes in harvesting prime meat from anything that can drop it, I should be able to use the Seagull to get the Dodos and Lystrosaurs to drop prime meat, and then maybe I can get 4 or 5 prime meat per dodo, which is kind of insane considering that's about what you'd expect to get from like killing an Allosaur or a T-Rex. So I definitely rather take my chances with the dodos personally. So even though this was pretty messy and we failed to tame a Seagull many times, we finally actually pulled off taming this Seagull too. And that's going to pay off for the rest of this series and make it way easier to tame basically everything we tame from here on out. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll give you another quick pointer. If you have trouble with a Seagull doing this trick, make sure that your settings are set to allow carrying in PvE, because otherwise they won't be able to actually carry the dinos. If it just kills them and doesn't turn them into prime meat, that's probably what's going on. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and in the next episode I'm going to show you what I'm doing here in building this entire taming raft, and we'll give you guys step-by-step instructions for everything you need to do to make an epic taming raft, and after that we'll go after some really big tames, and it should be a whole lot of fun. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because we have lots more of this Crystal Isles Let's Play series coming your way, and lots of helpful guides, tips, and tricks too. And if you ring that bell to enable notifications, it'll make sure you don't miss out on all of that. And maybe you can even catch us next time we're live and we can actually chat with you and you can help us make some decisions about this series. Also, drop a comment and give us some suggestions on what you'd like to name the Seagull and the Tek-Parasaur. We'd love to hear your ideas. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video.
If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media so your friends can enjoy it too.
And make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to enable all notifications, because we have lots of awesome new guides, tips, tricks, live streams, and let's plays for Ark and other awesome games coming soon, and you won't want to miss any of that.
We already have lots more fun and helpful videos just like this one, so check out the links at the end of this video to keep watching. You can also chat with other gamers if you join our channel's Discord at the link in the description.
If you want to earn great rewards while supporting this channel, click the join link next to the subscribe button for more information about our channel memberships. We want to give a big thank you to some of our biggest supporters of this channel: Sabo0283, Cole Parmenter, Emmy Fisher, Wolfgirl Be Like, Kelly Razak, and Ashley Owens. Thank you all so much for everything you do to make this channel possible.
So until next time, we hope you have fun on your own video game adventures, and we will
see you in our next video.